yeah, we'll see. Drima. Again, he is on Naive Dream World. There we go. And they only pick up good players.
They do. You know, we saw a lot of potential with them earlier on in the day, but potential is all great and good. You know, we can talk about how good a player could be, but it's all about how good are they here on the day in the game.
And we're gonna be finding that out as we load into 2,000 atmospheres LE. We're over here in the bottom left-hand corner map, running all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. We have the red Protoss player coming out from the land of Taiwan. He, of course, is going to be representing himself, it seems, and nobody else, but maybe his pack. Everybody give a very hearty awooga for LittleWolf.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2,000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Taiwanese Protoss player himself representing Naive Dream World. And DW, it is Drima.
Straight out of Taiwan.
Straight out of Taiwan, mate. And this madman, we already see a bit of a difference here between our two Protoss players. One of them with a standard wall on the high ground, another with a greedier wall here on the low ground.
Yeah, we'll see if this ends up coming back to bite Drima. Hopefully it doesn't. But we'll see. I mean, yeah, these two players are honestly very unknown to, I think, both of us here as we're casting. I do think that LittleWolf has the capacity, based on what little I've seen, has the capacity to really take it in a macro game, but like we were mentioning before we jumped in, it was a PvZ. This is now a PvP, so as much to gleam out of this.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm a little bit concerned because already Drima comes out ahead in the micro wars, in the micro battles. LittleWolf failed to throw down a pylon. He failed to delay this Nexus, and Drima is able to get it up and running pretty quickly. He doesn't have to, you know, mess around and throw down another tech structure and force a Zealot out because of the pylon. He's going to be able to get this nicely timed and up and running.
Yeah, it's not really... There isn't really much that LittleWolf can do to punish that for now. I mean, he just doesn't really have the units to do so, but that is going to change pretty soon. 2 Adepts going to come out, and they will be able to attack any probes that want to hang about in that natural base. Another beautiful pylon block here for Drima, but there is a Stargate coming out for LittleWolf.
There is. I mean, already quickly looking at the vision. Ooh, the vision of this pylon is not great enough. The Adepts get across the map, and Drima has no idea what the initial 2 units were of LittleWolf, so could be a more conservative, you know, Stalker Sentry, could be Stalker, or double Adept. As we can see, LittleWolf wants to be that much more aggressive here.
The tech coming out from Drima is a little bit more delayed, but he will be taking a similar position regardless. That wall is not a wall, but the wall in the main base is thankfully enough, so at most Drima will only be losing 3 probes, and he might not even lose them.
Yeah,
He's doing a very good job of dodging the Adepts.
Exactly, very good army movement for the time being. Oh god, but the probes, oh, we're looking a little bit exposed there, but one of the Adepts went down. The one-shot potential for these Adepts is no longer there, and now LittleWolf is going to meet up with his, not just Oracle, a second Oracle even behind this.
Just like so. Those probes are going to be in a lot of trouble right now. There is 1 shield battery being thrown down, or not even shield battery, actually. That's a pylon, isn't it?
Oh my god.
No, that's a shield battery being thrown down in that main base, but it is going to be a little bit too late. A couple of probes will go down, and by the time the second Oracle comes up, that shield battery isn't going to be much help, is it?
Yeah, to be fair, like, this damage is pretty necessary. Like, because the Nexus of LittleWolf is so late, he has to deal economic damage right now. That's why he doubled down on the aggression. That's why he has a second Oracle. And at the moment, he's still behind in those probes. He needs to deal a little bit more damage, and now he has that one-shot potential.
Like so.
And just like that, in a blink of an eye, 5 probes go down. He can go into the main base as well. We do have a couple of Stalkers that will force his back, but 5 probes already not bad at all, especially because the Oracles are alive.
Yeah, the Oracle of Drima trying to do a little bit of counter harass, not getting too much. Gonna run straight into a Phoenix and a Stalker. So a nice little slight advantage that LittleWolf will have in the worker count. But because Drima had the natural for much, much longer, he is going to be able to catch back up pretty much immediately.
Yeah. In a weird way, things are kind of evening up here. And, oh god, the focus fire isn't quite there for LittleWolf. Ay.
Yeah, he kind of forces a battery overcharge, but not the biggest of deals here for Drima.
Yeah, unfortunately the Oracles were in a little bit of an A move there, so they could have dealt a little bit more damage. Regardless, because of like all this chaos that has been ensuing in these bases, LittleWolf has been able to catch up, but oh my god, just like that, the Oracle gets in.
Stalkers? Hello?
Not just Stalkers, mate,
the blink
Phoenix.
of an eye. Yeah, well, the Phoenix was the other side of the map, but yeah, just about the blink of an eye, Drima has re-established his worker lead. It's even more drastic than before. Yeah,
exactly. 8 probes go down just like that. Drima is not going to take this line down. He's not going to just be the defender here. He also applies pressure across the map. But LittleWolf is not done. He comes back in with his oracles.
This is... I feel like we're just watching workers die to oracles. It's an oracle arms race that our Protoss players are getting right now.
Yeah, and unfortunately,
the target is the probes.
It's one of those things where unfortunately Drima, he didn't want to make the Phoenix. Now he does. He's forced into it a little bit late. He could have, shut this down a little bit faster. He finally will force all these oracles back home, but not before losing all those additional probes. And now we have to take a little bit of a step back and take stock at what's been going on. Despite the economic start here by Drima, probe count is in favor of LittleWolf, and he's also getting a much faster third.
And I'm curious as to how he'll be able to defend it, because Drima is going to be getting his blink much, much quicker than LittleWolf. In fact, wait, double check? No, actually, my mistake. LittleWolf already has blink. I thought he was opting for charge instead of blink, but yeah, it just goes to show you just how much LittleWolf was focusing on his upgrades and on his tech.
Yeah, on everything, mate. Blink is done, charge about to finish up, +1 attack is on the way as well. Like, in general, LittleWolf's army is going to be superior. Dreamer, the only thing that he really has going for him is his robo production, is the fact that he has 1 immortal, but oh god, the oracles, they just keep coming in!
More probes going down. When will it end?
Yeah, Dreamer, he's being pulled apart. Finally, he's gonna be able to force his back again with this one Phoenix. Shaking my head. But despite looking really good in the maybe the first 5 minutes of the game, he's slowly falling apart, it feels.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely does feel that way. He's trying to do everything that LittleWolf is doing, and despite the fact that he was able to establish his natural base much, much quicker, he is still behind when it comes to the tech and when it comes to actually being able to produce his workers as well. LittleWolf, charge is about to finish up. He's starting +2 just as Drima starts +1.
Oof.
Ain't looking up for him.
Yeah, the upgraded lead is going to be absolutely insane. A way to come back here for Drima is maybe if he techs up a little bit faster and goes into maybe even disruptors quickly. Meanwhile, oh my god, the oracles, they're still dealing more damage. Ay. How does he do it?
Target firing is here this time. He can't keep getting away with it. 10 probes, blink of an eye, get taken out. Further exasperating the worker deficit of Drima.
Mate, this is game-ending damage. Drima, his economy is in shambles, mate. The Stalkers are waiting outside the base. He still has that 1 upgrade advantage with the +1 as opposed to the +0 of Drima. But again, though, Drima does have that 1 immortal in the center of the army. He does have overcharge as well. But that's why LittleWolf doesn't care too much about fighting, and he just takes the 4th behind this.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job of keeping Drima contained here, so he may as well. He has complete map control with his much quicker blink. He can't keep getting away with it!
How long are these oracles going to live, Yaku? How long are they going to live?
How long are they going to terrorize the probes?
For not on this Phoenix! It's right there!
This turn left, puppy.
Phoenix, there we go. He's
Oh.
listening to the stream. He turns around, he kills the Oracle finally, but it's a little bit too late. The Oracles have already paid for themselves, and you know what, LittleWolf? He now has a War Prism. He is here. He is ready to just snowball out of control.
Yeah, Drima has finally caught back up in the worker count. But then you zoom out a little bit and notice that's a lot of Stalkers. That's right on his doorstep. +2 is about to finish for LittleWolf as well, so I think the Wolf is gonna catch its prey.
Yeah, he's about to
Just
blow
like
the
that.
house down, mate. He's ready to go, and Dreamer, oh god, has to be careful not to be caught in any one of these choke points. We have a little bit of multi-pronged attack. Dreamer will not get this fourth up and running, and he can't really respond with his army, because if he does, he gets out of position, and then in will pounce that wolf.
Yeah, I guess just LittleWolf has been doing such a good job of spending his money that he had access to much quicker than Drima. And now there's just not a whole lot that our blue Protoss player can do. LittleWolf has finally had enough. He realizes, wait a minute, I have +2, buddy. I'm gonna knock down your door.
And he knocks it down. The Cybercore goes down, which means there are only going to be Zealots here to reinforce and defend for Drima. He still will be able to force his back, but he exposes his own mineral line. 8 more probes go down.
Bit of an awkward recall there. A couple of Zealots still left behind, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just
He
kind of
does-
a death by 1,000 cuts, mate.
Pretty much. Just like an actual LittleWolf.
Sure.
Fight you till you bleed.
And once
Go
again,
well.
Dreamer, he's not where he needs to be. He's out of position. More of these gateways get depowered. Shield batteries go down as well. And this may just be it. He's going to try and engage, going to try and push into this concave.
And honestly, it does seem like with the Immortal, he can beat this back. But he won't really be able to fight toe-to-toe with this army. Not with the upgrade deficit, not with the supply deficit. LittleWolf blinks forward, takes out the High Templar, takes out the Immortal, and everything else falls behind it.
Exactly. Dreamer with an Archon morphing in is enough to force his back, but G gets called. And LittleWolf takes game number 1.
Get ready to howl.
God. GG, mate. Oh my god. Yeah, like I was really, to be fair, I was really impressed with Dreamer just because we're unfamiliar with him, and he was keeping up for a while there. But those Oracles, like, that was disgusting. The amount of, I don't even want to know how many kills those Oracles had by the time they died. Like, ugh.
Oh, I should have looked.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly. And it really felt like LittleWolf should not have been able to get away with that much damage.
Yeah.
Drima had the shield batteries in position. He was doing a pretty good job, at least initially, of moving the probes between the bases, avoiding those Oracles. But LittleWolf just snuck in from behind or something, I guess.
Yeah, it felt.
Can't keep getting away with it.
I keep getting away with it. Oh god. It felt almost as if like he just wasn't taking that harassment seriously. He's like, oh, you have these Oracles, whatever, you know, I have a shield battery, I'll push it back, and it's coming again. It's so annoying, whatever, I'll push it back again. It just keeps coming and coming and coming, and just at a certain point it's like, oh my god, these Oracles, what's going on? Like, this was not meant to be a big deal. Yeah, I just feel like, you know,
It wasn't meant to be a big deal.
yeah.
It ended up being what won him the game.
Yeah.
But hopefully he is able to tighten up a little bit as we get into game number 2. Shout out to Real Akuma, otherwise known as Mystery Man, here in the chat, informing us that, yeah, it definitely looks like LittleWolf has the advantage here, if we're going off of MMR and LittleWolf ranking.
Yeah, to be fair, you know, 200 MMR isn't the largest disparity, you know, so it's, you know, they can still go back and forth in series, but yeah, regardless, shout out to Rilakuma for popping up there in the chat supporting his boys.
Yeah. Plus, especially, you know, after you break that sort of 6k range, 200 MMR is not as big a difference as, say, 5.8 thousand MMR versus 6,000 MMR, right?
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
Like 6k is like the breaking point to get into that pro level, you know? So it's great to see that they're both at least there. And we'll see if we can have a comeback here. Again, that was only game 1, and this is a best of 5.
as we load into Hardwire LE, where of course in the top right hand corner of the map, swatting all the way to the top right hand corner, we have the red Protoss player coming out from the land of Taiwan. He is going to be representing himself for now, but I'm sure his pack is there backing him up. Oh, he is LittleWolf.
Oh, let's go! And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Hardwire LE, we have the Taiwanese Protoss player himself representing Naive Dream World NDW. Currently getting proxied. It is Drima.
And it's 2 gates.
It's 2 gates. There are no gases. There is a forge. It is going to be zealots and cannons and shield batteries, mate. Let's go.
Drima, send that probe across the map right now, please, buddy.
He's going, mate. He's
Please.
going, but it's going to be too late. The probe is sneaking in.
He's going to be able to throw down a pylon or 2.
Oh, yeah. Pylon's going to be on the way, and Drima is none the wiser. I even have a pylon here on the high ground as well, providing that vision, and going to be able to force a cancel there later on if need be.
I don't think he's going to cancel it, man. I think he's going to let it finish and then throw it on a cannon from the low ground.
Yeah. That's the name of the game here for LittleWolf. There it is!
He's howling. He's roaring right now. He is angry and hungry. He wants to win and get to the close qualifiers right now.
It's been far too long. This madman has been starving for the past 5 years, mate. He hasn't been able to taste that taste of victory, you know, that taste of competitiveness that StarCraft can give you. And now he is here. The Zealots are going to rock up. They're going to force their way through these gateways, and the cannons finish up as well.
And I don't see a way for an Adept and a Stalker to beat back the cannon, if I'm being honest here, Light.
I mean, I don't think this Adept is going to finish. The gateway goes down. There is going to be one Stalker, though, so there is going to be some kiting potential.
Yeah, he's not going to die immediately to the Zealots, but he's going to have to give up all of his production right now.
Yeah.
There are 4 Zealots, and honestly, the main base of Hardwire Light, not that much room to kite.
There isn't. There is a shield battery. There are overcharges, but the pylon, the probe survives. We have cannons here in the main base as well. The cannons are in range.
Yeah, in range of the Zealot. That shield battery not providing much. And 2 Zealots still alive. 2 more Zealots on the way. I mean, we just have continuous production right now for LittleWolf as everything has been disrupted from Drima.
Yeah, and there's only a single shield battery remaining here. Stargate does finish up, but I think it may just be a little bit too late. The shield battery is going to go down. Boys were pulled earlier, but again, the cannons have finished. LittleWolf has established himself in the main base, and G gets pulled again!
You add them up, that's a G and a G.
GG!
Technically, we've had GG, and thankfully, this is a best of 5, is what I'm going to say here, because that was a brutal game number 2. Game number 1 was pretty brutal as well, not going to lie, but that was a standard game. That was a game where there were a lot of ways for Drima to come back in, right? Game number 2, not at all. That looked hopeless.
It really did. It really did. I feel so bad there for Drima. I worry as well because, especially with those Gs, I'm sure he isn't very happy with these losses.
Yeah.
And especially with that second loss, like, I hope this isn't affecting his mentality too much. You know, the last thing we want is for these losses to start getting into his head, and then things start to snowball even more.
Yeah, we have very much. What's the word I'm thinking of here? Light verifiable? Not verifiable. Not quantifiable either. Look, we have solid proof in these past couple of months that mentality, a little bit of mentality goes a very, very long way when it comes to competitive, when it comes to esports in general, and no matter what title you play in. I'm hoping this doesn't get to Drima too much.
I hope so as well. Here we go, mate. Here we go. We are getting ready for game number 3. Are we going to see a 3-0 just like the previous series? Is it going to be over here and now? Or can we fight back?
I'm hoping for the latter, but when the wolf gets that bloodlust, it's a little bit difficult to stop him as we continue and hopefully don't conclude our series on Pride of Altaris LE here in the bottom right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. We of course have our red Protoss player coming down from the land of Taiwan. He of course is teamless for now, but going to be representing his pack. He is known to many as LittleWolf, but I think he's going to have to change that to Big Wolf, Big Bad Wolf pretty soon. Give it up for LittleWolf.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pride of Altaris LE, we have the Taiwanese Protoss player. He is down 0-2 in this series. He needs your support in the chat to fight back, to make a series out of this and not get just washed over 3-0. Don't let it happen, please. Not like this. Representing Naive Dream World, it is Drima. Once again, going for that low ground wall.
Yeah, this is Pride of Altaris. It's a much longer rush distance, so he's going to be a little bit safer to get an expansion out here. He can't get an expansion, though, if there's a pylon blocked. LittleWolf felt like he was just warming up in Game 1.
Yes, unlike Game 1, here, this time he has thrown down that pylon. He will be delaying that Nexus quite a bit here, and he will force a Zealot out of Drima.
Yep. Little bit of an unfortunate choice of spending 100 minerals this early on, but I was told once.
He's coming back! Up!
Can he get the second? Can he get the second? He doesn't even need to get the second mate. Throws down the Cyber Core and has a ton more health on it.
It really is. There's a lot more health. It is a little bit faster to build as well, and this is going to be that much more annoying. LittleWolf doing whatever he can to be as annoying as possible, and behind this, he's going to keep that aggression up. Once again, just like Game 1, going for double adept.
I'm bracing myself, lad. I'm bracing myself for the amount of probes that are going to fall from Drima.
Oh god, hopefully not too many.
Not that many, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see, puppy, we'll see. As the Cyber Core is cancelled, finally Drima can expand, but he was forced to spend his resources in his main base, and an interesting choice, does get a second gateway in his main, but didn't go for a tech structure yet. He opted not to go for it. There it is, the Stargate. And that, my friend, is a full wall.
Yeah, he is. Huh. So either Drima is very much going to be committed to Stargate style, or he just does not intend to have a third base in this game yet. Or in this game in general.
Oh, what a bad man, because you know what? Who needs a third when you have a gold? LittleWolf, he was denied. Drima went for a pylon here at the natural base to delay the natural and be annoying, but LittleWolf, he just did one better and just took the gold.
I don't even want to call this greedy. I think this is just part of his nature. As a wolf, Oracle coming out now for Drima, but LittleWolf already sensing the danger. He's got a Phoenix coming in back home, man.
Yeah, like the thing is, he already went for a Stargate opener, and because he's here across the map, because he saw the Stargate of Drima, he is already getting ready for that Oracle.
There is going to be a little bit of a proxy coming out here for Drima. I'm pretty curious as to what this will be. It's got to be a gateway, right?
I imagine so. Maybe he's going to go wild and throw down a proxy Twilight Council. Regardless, oh, there it is! I didn't realize it was at home.
Yes. So it doesn't even need to throw down the gateway here. As long as the DTs come out, there is currently no detection, I should say, for LittleWolf. But of course, with that, Stargate, he can get an Oracle out. He can utilize some reveals and revelations. Look at that. Look at that. He recalls the probes right in the face of that Oracle.
Yeah, he just doesn't
like a Chad.
He doesn't give a damn, man. He shuts down the Oracle just like that. We do have a hidden Dark Shrine, and honestly, this could do a lot. But LittleWolf already doing so much with what little he had, shutting down those oracles. He's got to be a little bit concerned though. He doesn't see the Twilight Council yet. If he does, he will notice that it's not researching, but he doesn't get close. Stalker's doing a great job at zoning out these phoenixes.
Yeah, I was gonna say the damage hasn't been reciprocated, but I remembered, wait a minute, despite that Oracle having a lot of probes in front of its face, it actually wasn't able to get much damage done. Here's that reciprocation of the stasis ward, and Drima pulled his probes at the exact worst second right there. The entire mineral line gets stasis.
I don't think I've ever seen all 16 probe stasis like this. Oh my god!
Rarely.
The juiciest stasis trap possible, but Drima is not out of this yet. We do see the DTs coming out across the map. Do we have detection? No, we do not. We don't have a robo. We do have a Stargate for an Oracle, but the Oracle is across the map, and the Oracle doesn't have energy.
Exactly. These CTs are going to have to do so much. They one-shot these probes. So LittleWolf is going to have to evacuate, hoping to body block some of the DTs as much as possible. Oh, the DT's breaking its way into the main base!
They break their way in. We need an Oracle, puppy. We need an Oracle as soon as possible, but nothing is being built from that Stargate. The Oracle is rushing back home, but even if it does get back home, it's only going to have enough energy for one revelation.
It's going to honestly be GG for LittleWolf. A third DT has come down and will be making its way into the bases. 11 probes have already died. LittleWolf, he poked the bear a little bit here. Drima is angry this game.
Exactly. No more probes are falling here. LittleWolf, get the hell out of here. We do have another revelation. Finally, the DTs are going to get cleaned up. But look at that worker disparity. LittleWolf does have the gold base, so he can come back from this. But Drima still has a massive economic lead.
Yeah, for now. As long as he gets to third base, that lead is... He's going to maintain that lead for pretty much the rest of the game. All things considered, though, I have a feeling that Drima wanted to end it early on, and he did do a lot of damage. He will have a very good advantage going into the mid-game. He's already getting Blink. He's getting his Forge as well.
Yeah. I think Drima is actually in a really good position right now. I think these DTs may have just won him the game. He's got his third on the way. He's got Blink finishing up as well to catch up with his opponent. I say catch up, but yeah, both players now have Blink. Forge is on the way for +1. Like, Drima, he's fighting back, mate. Oh, God.
I was really worried for a sec because I thought he wasn't... Because I thought he might not be getting a third base, but there we go. Continues to take that lead. 4 gateways being depowered immediately. Oh no, only 3 gateways. And these are losses that LittleWolf can't really sustain. In addition to those gateways being depowered, he has to remake that pylon, which he doesn't really have as many minerals to spare for.
Yeah. Exactly. And finally, the DT is going to get cleaned up, and we do see LittleWolf trying to get a third base up and running, but Drima, he has his Stalkers. He wants to push in. He has to be a little bit careful, though, because there is a shield battery. There is overcharge. He does have the Stalker lead, but even with that, you got to respect the shield battery.
Yeah, especially when there's an overcharge available here. Nexus has plenty of energy, and Drima is well aware of it. LittleWolf trying to even the gap with all of these Stargate units, and honestly, not too many defenses over here. Has to be careful. He doesn't want to use too much energy from these oracles, so.
True, but at the same time, 7, 8 probes going down. Oh, we do see a blink, though. 1 oracle finally gets picked up here, but Drima lost a lot of workers.
Yeah, LittleWolf able to narrow the gap in the worker disparity a little bit here. Dark Shrine has been scouted. Zealot going to do its best to, first and foremost, take out that pylon. Doesn't want any DTs warping in his face.
Yeah, yes.
But it will take a little bit longer to take out that Dark Shrine.
Yeah, I mean, eventually he'll be able to clean this up. What's important is that both oracles just got sniped, so we don't have any mobile detection. But we do have some cannons, so the cannons will definitely help out, at least when it comes to defending the bases. Won't help so much if LittleWolf decides to push out across the map. But Drima right now, he's just busy trying to chase down these phoenixes. Like, he is not being active at all, and he's giving LittleWolf a lot of time.
Yeah, I think he might have realized that his +1 is about to finish up, though, so he has had enough of it. He goes across the map with an army that he knows is bigger and stronger.
Yeah. Oh god, he's got the lead in Stalkers. He has 2 Archons as well. He also has charge completed. Like, LittleWolf, you don't want to fight without your shield battery.
He is fighting within the range of that shield battery. Again, you know, overcharge is always available for him, but he has to time it out well, right? He doesn't want to waste his overcharge willy-nilly.
Yeah, he cannot use it prematurely. If he does, that is it. That is going to be game. And even here, like, it's still going to be a very tight defense as Drima gets on top of the high ground, is going to be able to shell away and take down the gas geyser.
Yeah, all of a sudden, that shield battery isn't helping out, even if it did have energy. Battery overcharge has been popped, but it's at a very awkward position.
Yeah.
So to utilize that, LittleWolf is going to have to blink back, but has he just about held?
Oh, he does
Not
take...
quite yet.
Yeah, he takes down one of the Archons. We have a massive defensive warp in here coming in as well. We do not have a shield battery. We do not have a way to reinforce here for LittleWolf, but sorry, for Drima, but he does come from across the map.
And charge has finished up for LittleWolf, so he is able to, you know, go forward a little bit, but he may have overextended a bit there. He lost most of his zealots. Another shield battery has been produced here, and once again, LittleWolf has a lot of defender's advantage here. Army supply still in favor of Drima, but the upgrades are about to even out. That's a real Archon.
Oh, that is
I
now.
thought it was a Haluk for a sec, but
it's a dead Archon. At the same time, we have a bit of a random zealot run by as well, hindering the economy of Drima. LittleWolf defending so well with a smaller army supply, even takes a 4th base behind this, but he may just lose it.
I think that might be, yeah, I think that might be a mistake. All things considered. So LittleWolf able to get himself ahead economically finally in this game, but he still has to make sure he has the best possible position and the best possible micro in order to defend against this. That was not it.
Yeah,
I gotta tell you,
mate, he gets fully surrounded there by those charges. As amazing as this defense has been, as unlikely as it's been, there's still just far too much here for Drima. He has an overwhelming force of Stalkers. Phoenixes are coming in, and they will help out. Oh my god, once again, LittleWolf defends.
Actually, is Drima's army split up? I mean, yeah, it looks like his army was split up a little bit here because, you know, in the front lines, it looks to be about even. Yeah, because he has to warp in from back home.
Yeah, the reinforcements always take so long to actually be a part of the engagement. Drima did kill the 4th base, but he doesn't have his own 4th base behind this, so again, things are still relatively even. But again, he still has a pretty large army. Oh my god.
Thanks from LittleWolf, just getting ready to get a 4th base once he's able to. It's also helping his scouting a ton. This is a pretty nice position for Drima. He recalls, but he doesn't recall everything.
He doesn't, so Drima's going to lose a lot of these Stalkers here in the main base for free, but at the same time, he does have Zealots. We have a counter recall, and LittleWolf, he defends his bases once again.
Yeah, and he loses workers once again. So Drima going to be pulling ahead, but not by too much, all things considered. A Dark Shrine is going to finish up for him too, so he can continue to counter-harass across the map. We're on even base counts right now, but LittleWolf, of course, in addition to getting a 4th base, has a gold base as well, so we're not that even, all things considered.
Yeah, we're in a really awkward position. The gold base is being mined out, by the way. There's only 8 patches left. That's why it's so important for LittleWolf to get this base up and running. Turns around, is going to be able to take down this Stalker. But the DTs are going to be able to change a couple of things here. 3 DTs are coming across the map, and we don't have detection at all here for Drima. Do you have a cannon?
LittleWolf has 3 observers. Drima has none.
Yeah, exactly. There's one
he can
cannon.
He can give Drima a spare observer.
There's a cannon at the 3rd base, but no cannon here at the natural. Probes are falling left and right, and now it's LittleWolf's turn to actually make use of these DTs.
And yeah, probes are falling left and right. Drima still has a very strong army, if we're being honest here, but this is kind of his last stand. He cannot sustain too many losses. Very nice depowering on a lot of these structures, preventing a lot of production, or hindering a lot of production. 2 shield batteries here for LittleWolf, and battery overcharge being popped right now, but it will be sniped by the blink fort of Drima. Still 4 Archons here.
He does it!
It's a little bit. He does it! Oh man, LittleWolf will take that series 3-0. Will be the final player qualifying for the closed qualifiers. He might want to upgrade his name now. Not at all the player we were expecting to qualify for the closed qualifiers tonight, but he has done it, and I don't want to say it didn't look close, because it did every now and then, but he did not drop a single map this evening against, I would argue, the best Terran player in this bracket, the second best Zerg player in all of Taiwan, and a very scary Protoss player here as well. I cannot wait to see how he performs in the closed qualifiers.
Mate, game 3 was absolutely insane because, let's be real, LittleWolf was behind for a lot of that game. He was on the brink of death. He was down in supply consistently. He was down in workers as well. Going for those DTs was so important, but even before that, the way that his positioning with his army, the way that he was able to defend with his shield batteries, like able to utilize the concave, able to utilize his army movement as well, was insane. A lesser player would have died 100%, or maybe even any other player would have died 100% in that position. But that was crazy, the way that he was able to defend, able to counterattack, able to claw his way back in. That was so close.
A lot closer than it really should have been. We should have gotten game number 4.
We should have gotten game 4. Yeah.
We should have gotten game 4. I feel robbed. LittleWolf, why you gotta be so good, man?
It's crazy, mate. It's crazy. Again, the DTs were the real nail in the coffin, and even when it came to that one big engagement there, like, oh my god, LittleWolf, he was just so good at buying time. Even him expanding and taking a 4th base and losing it, that was all just buying time. You know, wasted shots and wasted DPS were being utilized on the Nexus instead of the army. It all just came to it was all just working towards this big comeback that we saw towards the end. It was insane to see, and what a series. GG.
What a series. I mean, yeah, not a close series, but still a series that at the end of it, I'm in awe. He can't keep getting away with it, Light. How does he keep getting away with it?
How does he do it, mate? How does he do it? GG. Well played. Congratulations to LittleWolf. He will be joining B-Stork in those qualifiers. He will be the second Protoss player there.
I like a Libre here in the chat. Alpha Wolf.
Oh, yo, let's go.
Wolf, let's go.
The Alpha Wolf is here, mate. He was the LittleWolf as a Terran, but now as a Protoss player, he is the Alpha, and I am shocked by what we just saw. I'm shocked that he didn't drop a map this entire broadcast, this entire qualifier, sorry. And I am worried for the people in the closed qualifier. I'm worried for those players, mate. They don't know what's coming.
If I was Go-Go Joey, Expect, or Mystery Man right now, or even Rex, or Lemon, or Eternity, or Nazin, it's not even. Yeah, I mean, it's not even just being. It's not even just being afraid because LittleWolf is really good, which he is. He can pose in my mind, a legitimate threat to any of those players. But also just because the natural order has been shaken up so much.
Yeah, it really has. The natural order is off balance, mate. Oh, God. And as people can...
with a big appetite.
There you go. As people can see on the screen right now, we have confirmed our 2 players, our 2 Protoss players from Qualifier 2, our 2 Terrans from Qualifier 1, and we can see our 4 players waiting for them in the closed qualifiers.
Yep, it is going to be, of course, 2 Protoss players, B-Stork and LittleWolf. Well, I say 2 Protoss players. LittleWolf can play whatever he can play either Terran or Protoss, I suppose. 4 Terran players. Expect, Lemon, Eternity, and Nazin, and 2 more Zerg players, Mystery Man, otherwise known as Rilakuma, and Rex, the king of Taiwanese Zerg. And, you know, looking at the bracket, probably the favorite in the close qualifiers too. But here's the thing. There are plenty of spots in the close qualifiers. You know, 4 players will qualify. From that evening, there is only 1 close qualifier, but it's a double elimination bracket, so...
Yeah.
It's not going to be quite as cutthroat as this evening, I think, but it is still going to be very exciting. I cannot wait to see who makes it to that main event.
Yeah, exactly, because even though Rex may be the favorite, again, Has he met LittleWolf, you know? Has he met Alpha Wolf is the better question, you know? A player like Beastor can cause an upset. Nazin has been on fire as well. Rex, he's one of the old guard. He didn't have to play through a qualifier, but, you know, does that mean he's out of practice? Is he ready for what's coming? I assume he is, because he did recently join a team, Crank's team, if you remember, On-Side Gaming. Yep. But that doesn't mean he has.
Maru.
He is true. He's back with Maru, but that doesn't mean he can slack off, mate, because it's still going to be pretty intense.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, it does feel like Taiwan Hong Kong this season is going to be a lot closer than it was in the past. I mean, in DreamHack Winter of last year, the sheer fact that Gogo Joey was able to displace Rex and be the sole Zerg player, in already seeded into the main event tells you something. With how all the rest of these players have been performing, you know, it's very possible that we aren't going to be seeing a Haas Nice finals this time.
It's possible, mate. It's possible. As you said, it was a monumental event when Gogo Joey broke into the top 4. You know, for the longest time, it was Nice, Haas, Butterways, and Rex. They were top 4. Yep. They were the solid top 4 for a very, very long time, for many years.
This time, is it?
Exactly. I mean,
wait,
I think he's.
Because I could be wrong.
Yeah, he's still there.
He's still there. He's still there.
Yeah. But yeah, Gogo Joey was able to step it up, and can he go even further? We did see on social media again. He has been focusing a lot on his job. He hasn't been playing as much StarCraft, but now that the season is upon us, I'm sure he will be practicing hard. I'm sure he'll show good games, and I'm sure he wants to surpass himself even further.
Yeah, he's working in a lab right now, just trying to work out the formula of the perfect roach timing.
Oh, God. Yeah, and I'm sure he will find it, and everyone in the chat, I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. We had a pretty explosive day of StarCraft. Again,
not just today, or not just this event, yeah.
True. Overall,
yeah.
Mate, I know you may have been asleep at the time, but the Latin American qualifiers were absolutely insane.
I heard.
They were the longest qualifiers as well out of all of them. I think they went for 5 hours. It was intense. It was a marathon. It was brutal. There were tears. There was joy. There was sadness. There was Protoss. There was cheese. Yeah. There was a lot of cheese as well. There was heartbreak, but there was also some happiness as well. And yeah, it was wild. I highly recommend everyone tuning into the VODs. We have been covering every single region qualifier for DreamHack Valencia, including Europe. We've done it all, mate. We've done it all.
I gotta be honest, 5 hours, that's quite a lot. I think what I'm gonna do is wait for !socials in the chat. Wait for the VODs on YouTube to be uploaded. They will be individual matches, bit by bit or one by one. And so that's what I'm gonna wait for, personally.
There you go. If you want, you can tune into the VODs on Twitch, or you can wait until they're on YouTube for those kind of specialized series instead. And yeah, I guess along those lines, follow us on social media. We post whenever we go live with any kind of broadcast, or even our VODs, or even posting when our own pro players are competing in events. You know, you can just keep up.
They're streaming.
Yeah, you can just keep up with CranKy Ducklings.
Yeah. Help me make decisions.
There you go. Oh, God. Outside of that, Yaku.
Yes.
When are you streaming? Smoke.
My semester starts next week. So I had 2 weeks off, and I spent one of those weeks casting. But it was well worth it. Very exciting games coming up here, and just really exciting to see unexpected players pop off, but also players who we've known for a very, very long time, who have the ability to take it to some of the more established players in their respective regions. Let's go to the distance and make it all the way.
There you go. It's great to see them flourish, bloom, grow as people, as players, and yeah, I agree. That's one of my favorite parts about casting so often as we do. Like we're live almost every single day of the week, and we cast a lot of regional events as well with a lot of these players, and it's really cool to see them just over time and really excel, you know, especially now that it is all about DreamHack Valencia. It's all about that offline event. Everyone is working incredibly hard right now for those qualifiers. It's kind of make or break for their careers, you know, and yeah, we'll be there to see how it all unfolds. We'll be there for the closed qualifier. We'll be there for the main event as well.
Stay tuned and wait for us there. We're trying to get access to the open bracket as well, if we can cover that, but that is still a very long ways away.
Yeah.
So we won't promise anything. And since it's offline, I imagine that they'd also have a couple of people there.
I would
not the A team, but you know, a couple of people.
Yeah, the Duckling team.
Yeah.
Oh god, I would hope so. But yeah, with that, thank you so much everyone for tuning in. I also should do the command here, _YouTube in the chat. There you go. If you want to support us, you can also subscribe to the Twitch channel or check us out on Patreon. We do provide replay packs to our subscribers. We have emotes as well. We have our secret Discord channel, and you know, you can support the CranKy Ducklings. We do as much as we can for the StarCraft community, and all the money that we make here goes back into tournaments, goes back into our pro players as well. It all gets funded back, and yeah, hopefully one day we can grow to be even something bigger.
We stay indie. For the street cred.
Exactly. And with that, thank you everyone for watching. Yaku, do you have anything you want to add before we head off for the night?
Ooh, that doesn't sound like a hell. Oh, I can't maintain it because I'm actually hungry now. Ooh, that doesn't sound like a howl. I used to be able to play a deep howl. So Hearthstone is
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you guys next time. Our next broadcast is going to be tomorrow morning with the DreamHack North America Open Qualifier number 2. That is going to be in 8.5 hours. We will see you then. And until then, I hope you have a lovely evening. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Ciao.